Welcome to Social Work 7065. We're in Module 11, Administrative and Organizational Processes. The main focus of this week are logic models. So last week we learned how to write a mission statement and identify goal displacement in agencies and how agencies might deviate from their original goals, and that could be a positive thing if they're growing, but it could also be a negative thing if the broader community no longer can recognize what it is they contribute to the community. We looked at organizational charts and how to analyze them, to identify how people are expected to communicate in an organization and how sometimes that doesn't happen. And also looking at the connections between different organizations, how organizations might collaborate through referrals or how they might actually compete for resources. So this week, again, the focus is on logic models, and that is related to the external environment of organizations. This is tied to the section of the organizational analysis on external environments and leadership styles as well. So part of this is a review of the leadership unit. I can't stress enough how important logic models are, and I also know that in the group practice class you have already gone over logic models. And so this should be a bit of review. Like in the groups class, we're using the Kellogg Logic Model Guide. Logic models sketch out how the theory and philosophy and assumptions behind an intervention, and it also articulates indicators of what the intervention does. So one thing you want to know is the difference between an output and an outcome, where the output is just a count of activities and the outcome is how that activity changes something in the client or client population. I will also have links to evidence-based practice websites where you can search for not only community level interventions, but also interventions that happen inside organizations or also clinical interventions. That should also be reviewed. Now, this information on logic model and interventions also informs the second half of the final group project, the community intervention plan and evaluation plan. So this should help prepare you for both of the major assignments. And as always, don't hesitate to ask me questions. I'll see you next week.